So this will be my second or third little mini training session with Dylan today. And we worked a little bit on sit, stand, and down. And now I'm going to work a little bit with Dylan on learning the very basics of impulse control. So impulse control is really all about teaching a pup that showing patience is really the key to getting everything they want. Dogs who do not learn good impulse control are dogs who tend to jump on people to say hi frantically, rush through doorways, pull on the leash, jump on counters. The list really goes on and on. So impulse control, self-control, it's really one and the same, is super important. And I like to start teaching it with puppies as young as possible because they're so open to learning, especially if you teach them in a way that's positive and about having fun. So the way that I'm going to teach Dylan is I'm going to hold a treat in my hand. I'm letting him nibble at it now. And I'm going to take my hand about 15 to 18 inches away. If Dylan stays seated, even for half a second, I'm going to let him know that that's the right thing to do by marking the behavior using my marker word, which is yes, bringing my hand back and letting him take a little nibble of the food. So it's going to look something like this. Yes. 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 So you'll notice my hand is going away for really only about half a second. I'm not expecting a lot of Dylan because he's just a little baby and he's just beginning to learn, and I don't want to push things. I want to set him up for success so that he has a really good chance to get it right and therefore to be rewarded and to be really eager to play the training game with me and with his future adoptive family. That's most important, of course. So we did about 4 or 5 repetitions at about half a second. I'm going to see if I can go for a full second. Yes. And Dylan very cutely corrected himself, or maybe he was just getting into a more comfortable sit. And I'm going to try that a few times in a row. Yes. Yes. You are a super smart puppy. Yes. So you'll notice that my repetitions generally are quite quick. And the reason for that is because with baby animals, with all animals really, and with most people, their attention span is not great, at least not until they have a chance to really build up this impulse control and to really understand how fun it is to interact and play and train with people. So I'm going to do this a few more times. I'm going to see if I can maybe get up to 2 seconds. 1, 2, yes. 1, 2, yes. 1, 2, yes. And I'm also going to add in some easy wins. So while I got 3 reps in a row at 2 seconds, that doesn't mean I'm going to constantly do 2-second repetitions or even gradually build up to 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. I'm going to sometimes say to Dylan, if you just stay there for half a second again, that's a win. Yes. 1, 2, yes. 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 Let's see if we can go for 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, you are such a smart puppy. So you'll notice that I'm not saying anything to Dylan other than using my marker word. I'm not saying stay. I'm not saying leave it. The reason for that is because I think it's a lot easier for all animals, but especially for baby puppies who don't have any previous education, to just simply have your actions speak to them. It's very clear to Dylan that if I take my hand away, yes, it's likely to come back. If Dylan were to jump, and I'm going to push things a little bit just so you can see what I would do if he were to jump. If Dylan were to jump up, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand away, and then I'm going to reposition him into that sit so that we can start playing the game again. There's no correction. I'm not telling him anything other than we're just going to try again. That wasn't right. So let's see if we can get him back into a sit. Let's bring you over here so you're not slipping on the wood floor. Yes, I think I might have lost your attention a little bit. Yes, there we go. Yes, and let's try for 2. Yes, what a good puppy. So I hope this gave you some good tips on how to start installing impulse control. This is a really easy way to help your dog learn to be patient and polite. And of course, eventually you'll build up so that you are increasing the duration of time. You're able to bring your hand closer. We even work with young puppies on having them learn to have a treat put on the floor in front of them or on their paw and not touch it. All that stuff is really great. But when you have a new puppy in the home, you want to start with the real basics. Really consider that you're setting a really solid foundation before you work on precision and making things more difficult for your pup, because it's all about setting them up for success. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, he's such a good